weighted?
Yeah, it's my airplane buddy because I get scared.
That's fair, me too.
That's what traumatized me on my way to Disney college program. Disney. I'm so tired, man.
On my way to the Disney college
On
program.
my way. Our plane, we were like 20 minutes out. We were about to land, and the plane dropped. Everyone screamed. Everyone screamed. Like Tower of Terror. And my mom's like, it's like Tower of Terror. I'm like, except we died. Yeah. And then it was chill. Then it did it again.
No.
And then we had to land in Tampa. It looked really pretty. We were all looking out at the sunset. We're like, wow. And then
ooh,
womp. Hi, hello, and welcome to the People It Takes podcast. I'm your host, Lauryn Squyres, and today I have a very special guest with me. It's our official first guest episode. We have cast member Donielle.
Yeah.
Welcome. Either one. You may know her from Instagram and YouTube as Disney with Donielle. She is a super special guest because she's actually the reason I got involved with Disney and joined the college program because I saw one of her videos on TikTok went viral, and I was like, she looks like the coolest person ever, and the program looks like the coolest person ever, and now we're here.
I think my first memory of you was you commented on one of my TikToks of me in the ABC commissary outfit, and you said something like, you look like a John Deere dad or something.
Because you were in
that's my first memory of you. I was like, yeah.
Really good for surprise.
I was like, that's true.
I just wasn't holding back. Yeah.
So
funny. You were saying how awful it was. If you were like, I feel so cute today, I'd be like, get it.
I don't think I could ever say that in that outfit.
Exactly. So, you pulled it off though.
So
you looked great.
Oh,
so we're getting back into your whole story.
Gosh.
What year did you start with Disney?
I started in June of 2021 with the college program.
And what was your role in the Disney college program?
I did food and bev, and I was in festivals. So I just basically worked around the World Showcase at all of the different booths at Food and Wine, which was really fun, for me at least.
You said you coined the term
Festy Besties. Yeah, I don't know if that was around before COVID, but I know that we all called ourselves that at that point because it was just hundreds of CPs all together. It's like a giant, crazy family.
Pool of CPs.
Yeah, it was all CPs and a few full-timers.
I feel like that's the biggest mixed role for CPs.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I know that everyone was getting random things. It was either merch attractions or mostly food and bev.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I had to get a place for food and bev, that was probably
the best
place to get because it was so fun. Basically, with festivals, you can work somewhere new every day if you want to. So, I know for my first whole month, I worked at the same place, and I hated it at first because it was
reliving the same day.
Yeah, it was just, and it was just chaotic in there. It was at the outpost in the Africa little section.
Oh, yeah.
And it was you have to deal with slushies and beer and hot dog machine, and just doing all that and cleaning everything was horrible. But as the days went by, you get used to the people and used to the place, so it became more fun, and then you just mess around a lot. But it's nice for a variety because there's 20 booths for food and wine, so you could just hop around the whole place, and I made it a thing where I was I'm gonna work at every booth by the end of the festival.
Did you just wow. Did you just trade with someone?
Yeah, it was a lot of trading because I would get the same things basically every week, but people I feel also wanted to change around, so it was a lot of switching and changing, so it was super fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They always look like they're having fun when I saw them. I had a lot of fun.
I know some people really hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're not super social, it can be hard because it's
fair.
A lot of talking to guests because we don't deal with the food. So we're mainly at the register, and if it's the crossover period for cast members, then we have to literally just stand there and talk to people. And also when there's downtime, you just talk to each other. So I feel if you're not super social, then it's kind of you're
there.
just there. But I
dealing with
love
people.
talking to people, and I love just, like, not messing around at work, but, like, just having fun at the job. So it was super fun for me because I met so many people because it's not, like, the same people every day.
That'd be so much more fun because then you actually have friends on the
Mm-hmm.
college program.
Yeah, it was cool. I don't know what it's like at other places.
We call PhotoPass kind of a secluded role because,
Yeah.
like, you're by yourself the
Yeah.
whole time at work. But, like, backstage and stuff, and, like, when you see each other at first, like, you all know each other, but it's not, like, you get to work with a buddy.
Well, at least you're busy the whole time.
Yeah,
Not
you
necessarily
are.
the whole time, because I'm sure there's, like, times where you're just standing around.
Yeah,
But, like, you're doing stuff
most of the time. You're busy and
Yeah.
you're talking to guests, so you're not alone. You're just not making, like, Disney cast friends, but it's still fun. So, how many roles have you had?
I think I've had 3. I did food and bev in 2021. 2022, I think, the end of that year, I came back to Disney and I went into merch. And then I stayed there until June of 2023. And then I transferred into entertainment. And I was there until November of 2023. And then I transferred to Disneyland Entertainment. And I'm still here. I've been here for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you count Art of Animation?
That's merchandise.
That's merch. Oh, okay. I thought you were concierge.
Oh, no.
I was like...
Could you imagine me at the front desk? I cannot picture me like a front desk. Hi, would you like to check in today? Someone comes up to me with a problem and I'm like, I'm sorry.
I would hate that too.
I don't know what to do. I'd be like, help.
Someone help me,
Help me,
please. Where was your first location?
My first location was at Art of Animation. I think I applied for Skyliner. I knew that I didn't want to do Skyliner, but I just wanted to come back. So I was like, anything. And I think that was like the most appealing one on the website. And during my interview, they were like, what do you actually want to do? Like, do you actually want to do Skyliner? And I was like, no. But I gave them like a list. They were like, give us your top 3. And I think I said merch, attractions, and Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Which, with Bibbidi Bobbidi, I think you need, like, another interview, like, external. So I think I said PhotoPass. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
you
it's kind
did.
of crazy. I did.
I remember that.
And someone reached out to me with PhotoPass for an interview. And then I went. Did not get it. They were asking me.
You didn't?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Dude, no, they were asking me crazy questions in the interview. And I was just like, I didn't know anything about photography.
It was all like photo questions. Oh,
yeah.
dang.
And so they said something. They were like, what's wrong with this picture? And I was like,
oh, no.
And they were like, what do you know about photography? And I literally, before the interview, I like Googled like photography terms. And I was like, oh, like the rule of thirds. And
Nice.
I don't know what that is.
No, that's a good. It's just like making sure your photo's even looking.
What it means. But yeah, so I did that. I did not get that, which it was fine. But I ended up at Art of Animation merch, and I was there for, I have no idea, a few months.
A couple months, yeah.
It wasn't the best experience, but I mean, I feel like you need to have like hard experiences to like appreciate.
Why wasn't it
where
the
you end
best?
up.
You just didn't like the role?
It
or
was
the
just
community?
like, I feel like a smaller location. I just like being busy a lot, and I feel like it was super slow until like the parks closed, which was super late. And then I hated dealing with, when I didn't know how to do it, shipping was so complicated.
Oh,
The
I
shipping
bet.
process,
Yeah.
it's complicated. And then like we had to like wrap mugs. Oh my gosh, when I saw someone coming up to my register with a mug, I would be like, I'm going to go in the bathroom. Because I was so scared. They had like this special wrapping thing, and I was like, I can't do this. It's giving me anxiety.
No.
Eventually I got the hang of it, though. But I never like fully got the hang of working there because it was just like so different.
Yeah.
And like a bunch of the cast members were like CPs, which like if you're a CP, it's like you all grouped together because you're all like the same people. And I was part-time, and I was the only part-timer like within my like group going in. So they weren't the friendliest.
They didn't adopt you into their group.
No, it was just kind of like they were all friends, and I was like the new outsider part-time girl. So it wasn't the best experience, but I tried to make it as fun as I could.
That's good.
I ended up transferring to Main Street East, And I was at the confectionery for like 8 months. It's like the confectionery and then all the other stores on Main Street, but
Because you work at
yeah,
all of them together.
It's like the cinema and all that jazz. But I spent most of my time in the confectionery. The first like few months I didn't like it that much just because it was so much to learn and stuff like that. Like it was like 2 weeks of full training.
Because you were doing like candy, merch.
Yeah, we had to learn like stocking, sewing for the hats.
Right.
The whole confectionery and then like registers and stuff like that. It was just a lot. It was really overwhelming. And then just like getting thrown out of training into that, especially like going in the confectionery and like working there after the parades is just the craziest experience ever because it's so busy. And like most people there have been there a while, so like the new people, they're like, why are you here? Go faster. So it was stressful until you like get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Once I got the hang of it and I like made friends, I ended up loving it there. I was there for like 8 months, and I probably would have stayed there for a really long time if I didn't get entertainment because it was just so much fun. Like I actually enjoyed going to work.
What was your favorite like area to work in?
I liked working in the confectionery. There's like a position called filler. So it's like you get the orders and you literally fill the bags with like all the stuff, and we had like 3 little cases of like so much sugar, like cookies, marshmallows, Crispies, and it was just fun because that was like the super like the real fast-paced part of the job, especially during like parades. Like tickets would be flying like crazy. Wow. And I just like being busy. Like I keep saying that, but it was super fun. So that was cool. Did you make
like the popcorn?
Yeah, I did. That was my least favorite part, though.
Really?
Yeah, like working in the kitchen and like doing the popcorn and the cotton candy was my least favorite part. I probably would have liked it more if I kept doing it, but I know everyone loves doing that stuff, but it just stressed me out. I did not like doing popcorn because like people would just stare. Like the
so
guests will stare at you. Yeah. And so like if you do something, they'll just be like giving you the eyes, and I'd be like, I can't do it. And then like putting it in the bag, it was just a lot. Same with cotton candy. It's like if you get it wrong, it's not like there's a right or wrong, but like sometimes it would like fall into the thing and it would like all keep spinning. It was so stressful. No. So I was like, I'll just chill out here with the registers and like I'll leave this work to the people that actually want to do it. But I mean, it was fun. Like every part of the job was fun. I just think I'm a perfectionist, so it stressed me out. A lot. Yeah.
Did you get to watch fireworks?
Sometimes. They're sometimes very lenient. I mean, it was just so busy on Main Street, like all the people. Yeah. So like sometimes when I was working like in the gift shops, I would like stand outside the door and be like, "Woo!" I think it was Enchantment at the time, so I was like, "Enchantment." Oh yeah. It's not my favorite, but it's still I'll watch it.
I'm here.
It's cute. It was cute.
And then you transferred into, or not transferred? Transferred? Yeah, transferred into entertainment. Which was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite part about that?
Gosh, there's so much. It's been like a really crazy, I guess, last year for me, because I think I auditioned like about a year ago, and it's just been so fun. I feel like every day's different being in that job, and especially in Florida, like every day was different. You never like encounter the same people. It's just always something new. Like you never know what you're gonna turn around and see. So just like going into work was super fun every day, just because
really exciting.
It was different. Yeah. Like that's just, I like variety. So like being able to do something new every day and like see new people and do new things and work with new people and just kind of find your thing and just have fun with it. I think that was the best part for me. I mean, obviously what I'm doing now is like my most favorite thing ever, but I feel like everything's been cool.
How would you compare like your Florida time in entertainment to your current Disneyland entertainment?
I mean, it's pretty different just because over here I'm doing parades strictly, so I literally will go to work, do the parades, and go home. But over in Florida, I'd have like 8 to 10 hour days, and I'd spend all my days with like the characters, and they'd be doing their dining or their meet and greets. So it was just like very different. I didn't do parades over there, so I don't know what it's like I mean, I want it to, but it's just kind of happened over here really fast.
I think a lot of people think that, like, if you're in entertainment or something like parades, that you're not really working. Do you think it, like, feels like a real job? Or do you think it's like, oh, every day feels like I'm just having fun?
I was thinking about this yesterday. I feel like it doesn't really feel like I'm working, especially like now because I work with like a bunch of my friends. So we just literally go into work, mess around, and then go home. So I don't really clock in and think like, oh, I gotta work today. I just like clock in. I'm like, oh, let's do it. It's gonna be super fun. Like, and then the day's over. Like, I know when the second parade's over, I'm like, dang, now I have to go home and like wait however many days. Not this week, 'cause I'm working 4 days this week.
Wow.
But like yesterday, we finished the second parade, and I was like, oh, I don't want to go home. But I was like, oh, I'll be back tomorrow, and today's only one parade day. So I'm like, oh, I wish it was two.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it just makes
good.
it so fun. Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad I actually love my job. It's cool.
How about when you were in Florida? Did that one feel
Ooh.
like?
Florida was a little bit more of like a drag, especially it depends where you work. Because some places I really loved and some places I really didn't like. Like, dining just wasn't my thing. I don't know what it was about those shifts, but, like, it seemed like they went by so slow. Like, I remember being, like, on lunch, and I'd be like, oh, my gosh, like, I still have 4 more hours. And it was fun, like, in the moment, but, like, I don't know. Something about getting through the day was a little harder.
So it
But
did feel like a job with its ups and a lot of downs,
yeah,
too.
I mean, it was definitely like a cooler job to have, and it's definitely better than stuff I've done in the past.
Yeah.
But it was still like, I feel like with every job, there's gonna be something where you're like, ugh, I gotta do this, you know. But yeah,
How would you rank all of the roles you've had?
probably
Favorite one?
I'd probably say like entertainment here, then
Okay.
entertainment in Florida, and then merch, and then food and bev.
So literally, like, you've, like, made your way up your
Yeah.
ladder.
It's literally like from where I started, the bottom.
Well,
to
that's
the top.
good, though. That, like, at
Yeah.
least you've made progress,
Uh-huh.
for sure.
True. I know. I honestly didn't think like I'd be where I'm at today, because I know everyone's always like, be optimistic, like you'll get it someday, like keep auditioning. But I just remember like, I think I sent in like a handful, and then I went to like a handful of auditions, and I was like, oh, it's just never gonna be me. Like, I'm too short. Like, I'm not pretty enough. Like, they would have picked me by now. Like, I'm sending them in for fun now. Like, it's never gonna be me unless I like go like international. And then this happened in Disneyland, which is really crazy. And I feel like everyone's like, oh, like I can be like an inspiration story, but I feel like a lot of people either just get it or they don't. And I feel like with me, it's like people can look at my experience and be like, oh, it's possible because like I didn't get it like a right away. So
Like, it
I'm
took
like,
time.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So like, because I've had like so many people like message me and they're like, oh, like you're such an inspiration for me. Like your
Yeah.
journey's been crazy. Like seeing where I started to like where I ended up, and it's like I'm not one of those people that's like, yeah, I'm doing this, like I'm so
Living
cool.
the best
I'm
life.
just like,
yeah.
I've been at the bottom. I know what it's like down there. Like you can get to the top or wherever you want to be.
You
So,
worked for it. You put the time
yeah,
in.
I
for
really
sure.
tried. I tried out here.
You had some hard times.
Oh yeah,
For
my time
sure.
in the ABC commissary. I know some people love it there, so don't take me hating on ABC commissary. It's
You'll
a bad
make
thing,
some
but
good food over
Yeah.
there.
Ooh. Oh my gosh! After working there, I don't think I could
Ever
ever
either.
like look at the food the same.
Wow.
Be kind to cast members.
Moral of this podcast.
But I know
Be
some
kind.
people really like working there, so this
Well, that's
isn't
good.
ABC commissary slander. I
It's just not for
didn't
you.
have a good
That's
time.
okay. What is one piece of advice you would give someone going into the Walt Disney Company or into their college program?
Ooh.
On your program or just in general?
I feel like I always tell people to like go into it with an open mind, and I think I went into it with a pretty open mind, but I was also just kind of like expecting a lot, and I think because a lot of people when I came, they were getting like attractions, and I was like, why didn't I get attractions? Like
Yeah.
I deserve attractions, and so I was kind of going into it with like a I don't
Bitter
know.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit. I was like, I don't want to be in food and beverage. Like, it's going to be the worst. And I was like trying to have an open mind. So I was like, I was trying to love it, and I did like it eventually, but I was still just like, why am I putting on this ugly outfit? Like, why am I
Yeah.
going on and, like, throwing away food?
Yeah.
So I feel like just having a really positive outlook, no matter what, is, like, the best thing that you can do, and, like, just trying to experience, like, every moment. Like, don't just sit in your room all day. Like, if someone wants to go do something, like, go and do it. I don't know how I had, like, the energy or motivation to do anything on my CP, but I don't think I spent, like, a single day in bed. I, like, was always doing something. And I think also what we were talking about last time is I, like, vlogged my whole CP.
Yeah.
And so I would, like, do things, like, for
The vlog.
the vlog. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, like, let's go to Ohana and, like, have breakfast.
Just
I'd
for
be like,
fun.
oh my god, I need content. Let's go to Ohana, you know? So I was like, sometimes it was genuine, and sometimes I feel like it was genuine in the moment, but I was like, I feel like I was doing things, like, for the vlog. I'd be like, oh my gosh, that was so funny. Do it again, you know?
Make it happen again.
I'm like, do it better. I'm like, do it again. So I'm like, it was really genuine, but I'm not saying, like, my vlogs are fake, because they really weren't. I mean, there's some things in my vlog where I'm like, that's crazy that
Disney
I just
with
did
Donielle,
that.
the fake.
I am a fraud. No, I'm just kidding. But I just feel like some things just you don't need to put it all over social media. I mean, it's fun, like, take videos, take pictures so you can remember everything.
But don't make it that's your only form of, like,
don't do everything
things.
for social media.
No,
you know? It's really not worth it. Like, at this point, I, like, don't even pay attention to my Instagram. I barely post on YouTube anymore, and it's like I love to do it. I just don't have time.
No, and
so I'm just living in the moment, I guess.
Living in the moment. What is one regret or hardship you faced while at Disney?
I know that a lot of people deal with, like, the whole terming process, because I self-termed.
What does that mean?
So, self-terming basically is if you want to leave early, or if, like, it's just not for you and you just don't want to do it anymore, you can leave on your own terms. And it doesn't necessarily put you on bad terms with the company. I don't know. It's a lot of, like, details and, like, things that you just have to figure out or, like, call and talk to them about. But I left in November of my program of 2021, and it was at the end of the festival when they were, like, sending everyone, like, away, because Food and Wine's the biggest festival, so they need, like, hundreds of people, and the next one's Festival of the Holidays, so they only need, like, a third of the cast members, and so 2/3 of us were getting sent elsewhere. And so I think it was, like, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, like, the end of the festival, everyone was getting, like, their new roles and stuff, and I was just not really prepared for that, because I was, like, so happy in my role, and I was like, I don't want to be somewhere that, like, I'm not going to be happy and whatever. And I knew in January I was going to, like, the first week of January I was going to have to leave anyways and go back to school.
To finish school, yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to have to self-term either way, and I ended up getting a role I didn't want to do, because I was a little brat, and I was young and selfish, and so I was like, I, like, made the really quick decision that I was gonna leave the weekend after the festival, so I self-termed and I left, and I feel like there's a big, like, stigma around self-terming. They're like, oh, it's bad, it's so bad, don't do it, but it's really just, like, you have to look out for yourself. If you're not having a good time, it's, like, impacting your mental health, or, like, you have to literally leave for school, or, like, family stuff or anything. Like,
you have a life.
Just
and
do
if
it.
the job doesn't go with your life, you can leave the job. It's not like you're leaving the Disney company. Like,
and,
it's
like,
an end
don't
of the
make
world
people make you feel bad about it, because I definitely didn't. I left and I was like, peace, I'll be back someday. And I know it stressed me out, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this gonna, like, impact me working here? Like, are they never gonna hire me again? Because that was my whole plan. Like, after college, I was like, I'm coming back. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get hired again. But it was a pretty simple process, and I'm
Look
here.
where you're at now.
I'm back.
They obviously took you back.
That was definitely really hard in the moment, but everything works out.
If you could go back and relive one day, of your any time at
Ooh.
Disney, what would it be?
Ooh. I remember. It actually was a really hot summer day in Florida, and I think I went with one of my DCP roommates. Her name is Bryn. She's still at Disney. Hi, Bryn.
Hi,
if you're
Bryn.
watching this. And we went to Magic Kingdom, and I was like, oh, I just want to take pictures, like, at the Rapunzel wall. I had, like, a little Pascal on my shoulder, and it was really cute, and I think we lasted, like, 2 hours, and I was like, it's too hot. We got to go home. And so we're leaving, and it was still during, like, the COVID times where like they didn't have parades back or anything, so it was like they had the princess cavalcade and I'd never seen it before, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to see Rapunzel. And so we're like waiting on Main Street, and I don't know, I literally was like a child. I was freaking out. I was like, oh, it's Rapunzel, I'm so excited. And she's like coming around the corner. I literally was freaking out. I think there's like a video of it, and Bryn took my camera and she's like, oh my god, I need to take a video, and I was literally freaking out. And a photo pass came running, and he was like, oh my gosh, like, do you want me to take your picture with Rapunzel? And I was like, yeah, because I was like, they're like
Yeah.
not supposed to do. I mean,
We
you
can't do it. We just don't.
But I was like, I've never seen this before. Like, he's going out of his way to take a cool picture for me. Like, oh, that's so cool. And Rapunzel comes around, and I'm like, hi, Rapunzel, I love you. Like, can we take a picture? And she's like, yeah. And I think that's like one of my favorite pictures from Disney. Is like, it's like me on the sidewalk and then Rapunzel's in the background. And it's like, it's
so
not even like the cutest
cute.
picture of us, but it's like such a cute like moment. Every time I like see that picture, I like remember that, and I wish I got his name because he was the coolest. And I was just like, that's literally like what Disney's about, and like what the cast members are there for. It's like to make the memories for people, like even when we're like this old.
And he didn't know you were a cast member either.
He had no idea. He just
I
was like,
guess.
oh my gosh, I'm gonna capture that moment for her, and he did, and that's like one of my best memories.
That day kept going though, didn't it? Didn't you have like a fun evening too?
Yeah, we came back that night and ate at Be Our Guest. And I think that was my first time at Be Our Guest.
Oh,
It was like a
fun.
super late reservation, and we went to the park in like long dresses, like literally so
Aw.
we were crazy. I don't know what we were, I would never do that now because like the looks that we were getting, it was
no.
it was too like back then I was like, yeah, look at me, I look beautiful, but now I'd be like, stop looking at me.
Stop looking at me.
But yeah, so we went to Be Our Guest. So good. It was like before they changed the menu.
Their old menu was
so good. Oh my gosh, there was like scallops.
Oh,
And they
it
were
was
amazing.
so
I mean, the
good.
steak's really good now, but
I got like a pork chop and I couldn't even cut through it, honestly. And they wouldn't give me a sharper knife.
you're like,
Like
sawing
over here
through.
eating like a weapon.
You're eating it like
and they're like, no,
like
we can't."
mutton.
Literally.
I'm just like picturing you being like, yeah, that was really fun. And then we left, and I didn't know that like. I didn't know what was going on, but we left and the park was like empty, and we were like, hee, this is so fun. And then we got to Main Street and it was literally empty.
Oh.
And so we were like taking pictures in front of the castle and literally just like running around empty Main Street. And it was just like such a cool experience because I was like, not many people get to just sit and run around Main Street and it's empty, and the castle's really cool. And so.
And you got to just enjoy it. And,
I know, and I always say I want to go back and do that, like over there or over here, but I just never want to stay at the parks that late anymore.
you
So
gotta
I feel
just show up late
yeah,
and then just stay like an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
But so that was a really cool experience. And I was like, this is crazy. I'm going to remember this forever, which
And
like I
here
do.
you are, yeah. Core
Remember-
memory.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Where are you hoping to go? How far are you hoping to go in the company? Do you want to stay here? Are you planning like to get a real job? Non-Disney people call it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think about it often, and I'm like, I've wanted to be like at the point that I'm at for so long. So it's like now that I'm here, I'm not trying to like go anywhere anytime soon, but I'm also like, how long can I stay here? Like, how old is like too old to be doing this stuff? But
Young at heart.
True. You're so right. But I mean, I've thought about like maybe going back to Florida, like doing this over there. I just don't know like what
How that works.
the process is of doing that. So I don't know if I want to go through that again now that I'm back home. But I've also thought about going to international parks because I just think that would be the craziest experience.
Yeah.
But that's also like a huge move and like a huge
Life change.
change. So I don't know if I want to do that. But if I stay here, I'll probably stay in entertainment for a few years and then try to move up within that role, and like I don't know like what that entails, but just moving up and the tears, seeing if I can stay and like make a real career out of Disney instead of just, I mean, I should probably use my psychology degree, but I'm having a good time right now, so I don't want to. But I mean, we'll see what's in the future. It's really unpredictable.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
What is the best experience or memory you have with a guest?
Ooh, I have a good one.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
I mean, I guess it could be like, I guess from like an outsider's POV, it could be like kind of sad, but it was like a really like rewarding experience for me. But there was one time, I can't go into super, super crazy details, but I was working in Town Square Theater, and I was working with Mickey, and there was like one last person in the room, and I remember like Mickey turned to him and was like, "Oh, hi," and he was crying, and I was like, "Oh no, what's happening?" And he went up to Mickey and he was like, "Hi, Mickey. I just wanted to come see you, and I wanted to show you this picture of my mom. She did the college program and she passed away, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for her, and I just know she'd want to see me on this day," and it was his DCP graduation day. And he was just so happy to see Mickey, and it was a picture of his mom with Mickey, like, on her graduation day, and he was like, "My mom just wanted to see me here, like, graduating the DCP, and so I'm doing this for her, and I wanted to come see you," and Mickey just took so much time, spent it with this guy, and just, like, was consoling him, making the experience really good, trying to get, like, the best picture, because I know I was trying to, or I know that he wanted it to be kind of like the same
Like
picture.
recreating the photo, yeah.
And so I know that Mickey spent a lot of time with him, and it was so cute, and it made me cry, and I was just like, it's cool that people get to like experience things like that and like have the sentimental moments, even if it's can be super hard for them, but I know like the characters make it for them, and like they make those moments special for them, and I know Mickey hopefully made his day with that, and I know it's probably really hard, like I can't even imagine what it's like, no. But I mean, it was a rewarding experience to be able to, like,
be a part of that.
Fulfill that experience for somebody. So that was super cute. It makes, like, the job really cool. It's like you get to make moments for people.
That's why we work
like
for Disney.
Yeah.
It is a real job.
Magical
We're making people
moments.
We create happiness.
Yay, every day.
We get a lot of that in PhotoPass too, because we're working with the characters actually capturing that. So it's like we're all there crying too and stuff like that happens, and we're like, okay, smile.
I love the PhotoPass.
Oh, we love you guys too. Thanks. Okay, now it's time for bonus questions.
Oh,
lightning round. These are Wait. Lightning round. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
Okay. So these are all very lighthearted, fun Disney questions. Your basics. You get like 5-10 seconds max to answer these. So top of your head. All right. You don't get.
That's the worst, honestly, because like you say that and then I like my mind's blank.
You regret it.
You're like, oh, like what's your favorite color? And I'm like, the wallpaper. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
What's your favorite wallpaper in the movie Up? In his house. Which in which movie, Disney movie, did you like the architecture?
I'm like,
huh?
Inside Out.
No,
I literally just blanked. I was like trying to think of like an architecture.
I would think like Aladdin, Agrabah. Because I think of Agrabah. I did say that like a chicken.
Architecture.
Agrabah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, that one's pretty. Are you thinking of that because we just talked about Be Our Guest?
Maybe.
You're like
it's just my mind's like trying to pull anything out.
I'm thinking of Agrabah because of the palace is like the giant gold. Anyway, I went on storybook boats last night, so I'm like, I always see that part. I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. You have to go at night.
I've never been at night. It's always so long.
Oh, you have to at night?
It's I never look. I just kind of walk by. I hate those lines that are like
you're
toads.
like right next to each other. Oh yeah.
The 3 caballeros.
I love that ride. Anyway.
No, I like the ride. Well, maybe I don't.
The line part.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Skinny, I
When they
don't-
had, like, I think it was for COVID, they put up walls. The
worst.
glass walls.
They did that in Frozen too.
I hated that.
I was like, I'm trapped. I'm in like
yeah, I
Disney
feel like
jail.
the breath was just like,
Yeah.
I feel like that made it
Ew.
worse,
Yeah,
honestly.
and then like everyone would touch the glass and it would be like smears
little
of
kids,
kid
their
hands.
noses.
Yeah,
Oh. Anyway, bonus question. Oh yeah,
Look
there's a Disney wedding going on
I saw it.
today.
It's in the garden.
No way!
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the horse earlier. I took a video.
Oh.
Who's that?
The horse.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. You see it?
Well, yeah, I thought that's what you were.
Oh, no,
there
there's
was
a carriage.
This is so. We're in the Disneyland
horse.
hotel,
Wait,
by the
let me take
way.
a picture
We're like
so I can send it to my mom.
up here on the 5th floor in Frontier Tower, and we have a prime view of the parking lot. But we're getting to see the behind-the-scenes Disney weddings, fairy tale wedding.
Like,
Got a big white horse. It's got bows in his hair.
insert a picture of this. In
Here's a photo. Bonus questions. It took like 5 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
What is the earliest memory you have at Disney?
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like a long memory.
This one can be longer.
It's a long, but long story short.
This is the only long one.
This is gonna sound super weird. It's gonna make me sound like I was crazy when I was little, but I remember being super little and I was walking. I don't think I was old enough to have like a memory, but I was walking around Disneyland and I was walking past Pirates of the Caribbean and I like looked in the sky and I swear I saw like Tinkerbell flying around and I was like, I see her, and my parents are like, yeah, she's there. And I was like, oh, I want to follow Tinkerbell. And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. And I was
no
like, I like saw like the line of like, I remember that. And I might have been going crazy, and I might have been making things up in my head. And I was like, ooh. I remember that, and I tell people that.
How old
like,
are you?
I probably sound like 4 or 5
Aww.
on a leash. Yeah.
You were one of those children that
I would run. I'd be running.
She was a runner. That explains a lot.
I was running.
Disney World or Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Why? 10 seconds.
I grew up here, so I don't know. I feel like when you grow up somewhere, like people that grew up by Disney World are like, Disney World's the best.
Yeah.
But there really is like a certain sort of feeling in Disneyland that I feel like Disney World just can't
match.
Can't get. Like
No.
every time I walk around Disneyland, I'm like, I feel immersed and I feel like magical and
It
like
feels like real.
their attention to details like
Incredible.
so crazy. Their characters here are so crazy. They're walking around and they
everywhere.
just do the mode.
You go around like Fantasyland.
Mm-hmm.
You like
I
every
love
time where you turn,
Fantasyland.
there's like Peter Pan and Wendy, and then Geppetto and Pinocchio,
It's just the
and
vibe.
then Mary Poppins and
can't-
Bert like walked right by me.
Stand the Fantasyland in Florida, dude.
Oh,
It looks like a little
stresses me
circus,
out.
and I can't.
Oh,
It's
the
not
circus
magical over
area?
there.
Why would you put a circus in Magic Kingdom?
It's so.
The one
It's like so like it's just a straight line too. I don't know.
Not my thing.
That's just the vibes here. are
Disneyland
amazing.
is superior,
Disneyland.
as we have established. Favorite Disney movie? Can't be
Tangled.
Pixar. Oh, okay. I was just like,
You're like,
it can't
I
be
wasn't
Pixar.
finished. Tangled.
Favorite live action Disney movie?
Aladdin. That's a really unpopular opinion too.
I love the
I
Aladdin one.
love the live action Aladdin. I could watch it like every single day.
I don't like most of the live action remakes.
Me
I like
neither.
Beauty and the Beast except for. Anyway, there's one person I
Emma?
don't like. Yeah. Do you like?
Everyone hates Emma Watson.
I love Emma Watson.
Me too, just in the role.
I don't like her as Belle. She doesn't
Yeah.
give off Belle vibes, not to mention the dress, but we'll go into that some other time.
I don't know what everyone's deal with Aladdin is. I thought it was really good.
I loved Aladdin.
I love that girl from Lemonade Mouth.
Oh, she was great.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
watched that, but I knew she was from that. And
She's-
Aladdin,
She's just beautiful.
he just looks and sounds like Aladdin.
He's kind of tiny, but
He is
yeah.
short, yeah. This is not a lightning. We're not doing this
I
lightning
know.
round. Favorite Pixar movie?
Up.
Up?
Yeah, I'll cry thinking about it.
Nicest cast gift you have ever received?
Oh my gosh.
10 seconds.
I mean, I feel like anything that like a little kid draws, because like sometimes they're like really, I mean, give kids credit. Sometimes they're really ugly, but like you see the vision and you're like,
can see the
I love
vision.
it.
Yeah.
It's like an abstract piece. I love it. They're my favorite. I love kids' drawings. They're so funny.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. What's your favorite Disney song?
God, that's so hard.
I know.
Oh shoot. Can I like look up on my Spotify?
No. 10 seconds.
I See the Light.
Tangled.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Or actually, no, I Have a Dream.
Which one is it? I Have a Dream?
I Have a Dream.
Are you
I love
sure?
that part, especially Flynn Rider's part.
Settled. Favorite Disney prince?
I don't like any of them.
Don't like any of them?
Well, is Flynn Rider a prince? No.
He becomes one.
I guess.
They get married.
Then I guess him.
Okay.
Everything, all my answers are Tangled. I
was
feel
gonna
like
say,
most
who's
of
your
them are
favorite
pretty
princess?
boring. Like Prince
Rapunzel?
Charming's boring.
Oh, from Cinderella. He does like
who
the
else?
eye roll in
The
the
Snow Prince one.
Snow Prince.
From Snow White. Boring. The one from Aurora.
cute.
But they just don't have any substance.
don't.
Like Prince Eric. Flat. I guess Flynn Rider.
Philip is really cute to me. I think
Who
he's
is that from?
Sleeping Beauty.
Oh.
He's just very
He's cute.
handsome.
Oh, Naveen. Welcome to the bayou.
Yeah.
I like his personality.
That's fair.
He's so, like,
He's got character. Got a lot of suave. Favorite princess.
Rapunzel.
Favorite sidekick.
Pascal.
Pascal.
Literally every
Really?
answer is...
Are you a lizard girl?
No.
No.
I know you are.
I was like, do you want to meet Doni sometime?
Is he nice?
She's so sweet.
She?
She snuggles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go like pick up a lizard from the street, but like...
Well, after I saw Tangled, I got a chameleon.
Did you?
Yeah, his name was Fernando.
Did it die?
Yeah, on my birthday. What's your favorite nighttime spectacular in any Disney park you've been to?
Paint the Night. Parade.
For those who don't know
Disney.
what that is.
The Disneyland Paint the Night Parade. It started in like 2015. Yeah.
Was that when they had the 60th?
Mm-hmm.
And they had all the paintbrushes?
Yeah.
I have that paintbrush.
When you
Love
could
it.
change the colors.
Yeah.
Yes, that parade changed like my brain chemistry, and it came back a few years ago, and I'm waiting for it to come back. I hope it comes back
That'd
next
be
year.
So fun.
I've been saying for like 10 years, like, that's the parade I want to do. So if I can
That'd
actually
be
do
neat.
it, I would literally lose my marbles.
That'd be crazy.
And if you haven't seen it, go look it up on YouTube because
Watch
it's
it right now.
so good.
Is that the one that had, at the end of it, it's the When Can We Do This Again song?
Paint the Night?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the whole parade.
Yeah!
I think it's the whole parade, but it changes for the different
Okay, that's the one
floats.
I'm remembering from when I'm like, I always remember that that song as a kid, and I was like,
so good.
yeah, when can we do this again? That was smart.
I remember I watched Wreck-It Ralph for the first time, and that was the end credit song, and I was like,
They
I like
took our song.
transcended.
It's
It
like,
was
whoa.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just so many. The Disneyland Forever fireworks that make me
Yeah.
cry.
All of
World of Color, come on.
World of Color 1
Bro.
right now. This one, Cody Fry did good on that.
Every
song,
single
man.
thing that they got over here at night
It's
is
better.
great.
But anyway, thank you for being one of the people it takes
Of
to make
course.
Walt's dream a reality. Just another one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just another one.
I'm special.
A special one. A very
Yeah.
special one. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thanks
You'll-
for having me.
I'll probably have you back again at some point,
Yay.
just because she's
I'll
fun
be
to talk
back.
to, and
Yeah.
everyone likes listening to her.
Oh, thanks.
Um,
Hopefully, everyone's going to be like commenting down below, and they're going to be like, no.
So you can vote after the podcast to choose whether or not you want to see Doni again.
It's like 100% no.
Give this a 5-star rating if you enjoyed this episode. But thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week, and have a wonderful... I'll probably put this out on Friday, so have a wonderful weekend, guys. See you real soon.
Yay, bye.
Can I say that? Is that copyrighted?
I don't know.
See you soon.